Nearly 2 years after his arrest sparked controversy, a Binghamton man has received a conditional discharge after being convicted for his role in a brawl that broke out after bar closing time in downtown Binghamton. Amiel Waddell was found guilty of resisting arrest, a misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, a violation, following his bench trial back in October. His arrest on New Year's Day 2023 generated protests and backlash against Binghamton police after bystander video was posted online showing the arresting officer, Brad Kaczynski, kneeling on Waddell's neck while Waddell was face down on the pavement, claiming that he could not breathe. Retiring Binghamton City Court Judge Bill Palella sentenced Waddell to a conditional discharge today, meaning that if Waddell stays out of trouble for 1 year and undergoes mental health and substance use disorder evaluations, his sentence will be complete. Palella's sentence was more lenient than what Broome County District Attorney Paul Battisti and the pre-sentencing report recommended, which was 3 years of probation. Waddell's attorney, Ed Kopko, says 3 years probation would have been outrageous, given that 2 other men arrested following the brawl were each given adjournments in contemplation of dismissal. Kopko alleges that the disparity was racially motivated because Waddell is black and the other men are white. Kopko, who plans to sue Kaczynski in federal court, says the case was brought to trial by the DA in order to bolster Kaczynski's defense in a civil suit.
They wanted to have some sort of vindication for this stuff, but it's hypocritical because it's the same result that could have happened without going through the expense and the trouble of the trial.
Battisti argues that Kopko is making a false equivalency. The DA points out that the other men were only charged with disorderly conduct, which is a violation, whereas Waddell was also convicted of resisting arrest, which is a misdemeanor. Battisti says the case illustrates the hazards of when the public rushes to judgment.
We live in this great country where we have a judicial process. Always allow the judicial process to do what it was created to do. And that's where we get just results. When we have individuals engaging in conjecture or speculation as to what may have happened, all that does in many cases is create irreparable harm.
The trial itself ended up being controversial because Kaczynski was unavailable to testify about what happened that night. He's still recovering from a traumatic injury brought on by a bee sting. Kopko says that in addition to suing Kaczynski, he plans to appeal the guilty verdict in this case.